We learn it almost as soon as we learn to walk. A wagging tail is the universal sign of a friendly dog. But watch what happens when you reach for a dog hovering over a favorite bone. The tail is moving frantically, but the body is frozen. The lips are tight. A low growl starts in the chest. The equation we learned as kids is flawed. A wagging tail does not indicate happiness. It indicates physiological arousal. The dog's nervous system is firing, but it doesn't specify the emotion. That arousal could be excitement. It could also mean intense frustration, fear, overstimulation, or a direct warning that the dog is about to strike. When we approach a dog based solely on that wag, we are stepping into a dangerous communication gap. Learning to read the rest of the signals is a matter of basic safety. This is the y-axis of canine communication. This green zone, held level with the spine, is the neutral position for a relaxed, unaroused dog. As arousal and confidence rise, the tail lifts. This high, stiff, vibrating posture is called flagging. It broadcasts dominance or high alert tension, a clear sign that the dog is not in a relaxed state. Contrast that with the tucked tail. When pulled tightly between the hind legs, it signals severe fear, anxiety, or submission. Even if a tucked tail is wagging, it isn't an invitation for a belly rub. It's a desperate appeasement signal, a plea for physical space. Height tells you how confident a dog is feeling, but the tension, whether the motion is loose or stiff, determines if they are playful or potentially dangerous. Then there is the shape of the motion. A loose, full-body circle wag signals pure joy, but a slow, hesitant wag at half-mast indicates insecurity. The dog is cognitively assessing whether a new person or dog is a threat. There is even data humans can't see with the naked eye. Research from the University of Trento reveals a microscopic left or right bias in their wag based on how their brain processes emotion. Positive emotions trigger the left side of the brain, pulling the wag slightly right. Negative emotions activate the right side, pulling the wag left. Other dogs pick up this broadcast instantly. Their heart rates spike, and they show anxiety the moment they detect a left-leaning wag. Tail wagging is a sophisticated neurological broadcast of social familiarity, sending a constant stream of data that most humans completely miss. Of course, anatomy complicates the reading. Breed-specific genetics alter what neutral looks like. For instance, breeds like pugs have tails that naturally curl over their backs, making their height readings difficult to interpret. Breeds with docked or bobbed tails are even harder to read. In the canine world, they are at a severe communicative disadvantage. This is why the tail must be cross-referenced with the rest of the body. You have to look at the eyes for a hard stare, the mouth for tight lips, and the overall tension in their stance. Focusing on the tail in isolation is like trying to read a novel by only looking at the punctuation marks. To understand the story, you have to read the whole dog. Think back to the dog from earlier, wagging furiously, but growling as a person approaches. When signals conflict, the safest protocol is simple. Always believe the more cautious signal. A growl is a healthy request for space. If we ignore it because the tail is moving, we force the dog to escalate. Punishing a growl doesn't make the dog more friendly, it just removes their ability to warn us before they bite. In daily life, that means observing the dog's holistic posture and waiting for them to initiate contact, rather than reaching into their space based on a wag. Unlearning the happy wag myth allows us to stop projecting our assumptions onto our dogs. When we start looking at the whole picture, we can finally hear what they've been trying to tell us all along.